If you are going to be a presenter or a facilitator, at some point in your career, chances are you will use PowerPoint. So you might as well learn how to use PowerPoint now, the right way. Now, we are not going to be diving deep into everything that PowerPoint does, but we are going to discuss these 3 key features of PowerPoint, features that many new and experienced users to PowerPoint still do not fully understand how to use. And the first feature we'll be talking about are layouts. When you go to create a new presentation, either from a blank presentation or this template, or from one of these stock templates, you'll have a series of layouts that you can use in your presentation. When you click on the new slide button, you'll see these layouts here, and those same layouts will also be available under the Layout tab. The difference is when you hit a new slide and select a layout, it will add a new slide with that layout. Clicking the layout button and then choosing a different layout will then swap that layout for that selected slide. Now, what's great about layouts is that if you make any changes to a slide, so let's say I add a title here and then make some subtle changes, like let's say I change the font color, maybe the font size, or maybe even accidentally move the title. And then I decide, you know what, I really liked the way it looked before. Well, I don't have to do this guesswork to figure out where it was on my slide. All I have to do is go back to the Home tab to that slides group and click the Reset button, which will reset the position, size, and formatting of the slide placeholders to their default settings. So clicking that Reset button, there's my slide exactly as it was before. And that's the beauty of using layouts. Now, let's talk templates. For those of you who aren't really familiar with what a template is a collection of a lot of different things. It's a set of layouts, colors, shape styles, fonts, backgrounds, etc. And all of those things dictate the overall appearance for the slide deck. Now, templates can be a real time saver, but people make the mistake of assuming that templates have to be designed for text, or just like the ones that Microsoft creates. They don't. In fact, the custom templates I create look nothing like these. These layouts here kind of force people to fill their slides with text. Now, this particular template has a couple of new layouts, like there's a true-false layout, a name card, a quote name card. But most templates, you'll see these common ones: title and content, title slides, section header, title only, blank. Those are very common. But just know that you can create your own custom template layouts. Basically, you can create anything that you want to meet your needs, your audience, or whatever your company uses. So where do you go to create your own custom slide templates? Well, you do that through your Slide Master. To access that area, go up to your View tab, and in the Master Views area, click on Slide Master. And this is the control area for all things slides. Now, we're not going to be going through everything here. I just want to show you how to access this. But just know that anything that you change here affects how all your slides look throughout your presentation. You have your Slide Master here, which controls all of your fonts, the background for all of your slides, and the general layout, like all of your footers. And then below it, you have your individual slide layouts, the ones that you see right here. All of these were created in that Slide Master area underneath that main Slide Master. So all you have to do to create a new layout is to click that button to insert a layout and then start adding in your own placeholders, your own images, and other elements that you see fit. But the most important thing to remember, I'm going to say it again, anything you change here affects how all your slides look throughout your presentation. You make a change outside your slide masters on a single slide, and you change just that one slide. You change something back here in the slide master view or on one layout, and you change every slide that uses that layout. So like I said, templates can be a real time saver, especially when it comes to editing your presentation. You move a placeholder or resize a placeholder, it updates everywhere. Now that leads me to another important point about placeholders. See, templates use something called placeholders, which are not to be confused with text boxes. The two objects behave completely differently from one another on a slide. Let me show you what I mean. So let's add a new title slide here, and I'll add some text. And now let me add a text box with the exact same text. In fact, I'm just going to copy and paste that text right into that text box. And I'm going to make sure I format it the exact same way. So now I have a text box and a placeholder with the exact same text. Now, if I go through and format this text, maybe change the color, change the size of the text, and maybe even the position. Maybe I'll move this text all the way down to the bottom. In fact, let's move this to the bottom of the slide. There we go. Now, I definitely don't like that. So let's hit that reset button and see what happens. Look at that. One of them moved, one of them did not. Can you guess which one moved? The placeholder. But that text box stayed exactly where I left it and formatted the exact same way I had it formatted before. Text boxes are lone wolves. If you use text boxes, once you format them one way, hitting that reset button is not going to change them. The placeholder is tied to the template and will follow whatever the template was programmed to do. You can make changes to override that template, but once you hit that reset button, it will reset it to that template's defaults. Basically, using text boxes potentially could create more work for you and your colleagues down the line, if you plan on reusing the slides and the content, that is. See, if you were to take this slide and copy and paste it into another presentation, placeholders will move and flow with the presentation. If we were to try and change the theme of this presentation, or even the layout of the presentation, that placeholder will move with the layout. That text box will not. So that's one of the advantages to using placeholders over text boxes. These are more fluid and more flexible. Text boxes require a little bit more work and a little bit more love. So that is a quick tour of 3 key PowerPoint features, all features that I believe are very important to know and understand if you are ever going to be working with PowerPoint.